Now on CoastTV News.
Lengthy development debate, a plan to bring what is called heavy industrial businesses to Milton is the subject of a years-long debate, where those plans currently stand as they head back in front of Sussex County Council.
Capitol chaos remembered. We look back at the infamous date in American history and the role two Sussex County men played in the riot.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Temperatures not all that bad this morning. 30s and 40s. Clouds stick around for one more day as our January thaw is knocking on our door.
Moratorium muddled. Why Millsboro officials are putting a hold on plans that would put a hold on development.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we continue with the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. It is Tuesday, January 6, 2026.
And we're still in the early part of the week, early part of the month. That's all I got for you.
I know. I think a lot of people, myself included, still writing 2025. Had to go back and revise that.
I did that
today.
for the script.
Oh, of course.
And then I caught myself, but I feel like I would, if I didn't catch myself, I would have said 2025.
Right. Well, you and Chris were just talking about the exciting things that are coming up in 2026. Matt Pensick's got a Daytona 500, and you guys know what Chris is going to say. Eagles Super Bowl.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Caw-caw.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Alyssa, I know we're going to be watching that game, real good this weekend. It's going to we're going to be a big weekend ahead for our Philly sports fans. 41 right now in Lewis. Temperatures doing really well this morning. You can see we are well above the freezing mark, so not going to need any time to warm up the car this morning. We're about 10 to 13 degrees warmer than where we were just 24 hours ago. So we've had cloudy skies overnight. Winds have been relatively calm, but more out of the southwest. So that has allowed for temperatures to stay quite mild at this hour. We are tracking an area of low pressure back off to the west. Dry cold front's going to be pushing through later tonight into tomorrow, not bringing any moisture to the area, but we're going to continue to see cloudy skies through the day today. The good news is we get up into the lower 50s this afternoon with that southerly wind anywhere between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now we are going to be trending even milder in the days ahead. We welcome back sunny skies for our Wednesday, and then we're going to be pushing into the 60s by the end of the week, and then we turn unsettled as we go into the start of the weekend. I'll talk more about that coming up in my full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, the future of a piece of open land in Sussex County is again up for debate. Developers looking to change the land's current zoning from agricultural residential to heavy industrial.
CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber live in Milton at the site of this property. And Elisa, today the County Council is holding a public hearing for this property.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now we are driving on Gravel Hill Road in Milton, going to show you this area right now, and this is where that empty patch of land is currently located. There is a yellow sign on the property indicating that there is a public hearing today at the Sussex County Council meeting. Right now, according to county documents, this land is zoned as an agricultural residential district, but Reed Farms LLC is looking to change that into a heavy industrial district. The properties are located between the Milton-Ellendale Highway, Route 16, and Gravel Hill Road, Route 30 intersections. This is not the first time Reed Farms has brought this before County Council, as documents date back to December 2020. According to county documents, those in favor of the project say jobs are very important to the community and believe this application, if approved, would bring more jobs to not only Milton but also Sussex County. We spoke with someone who lives in the development across the street from that property and who is the president of the HOA, who says people in his development have safety and health concerns. We will hear from them later on, and that public hearing is scheduled for this afternoon at 1:30. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa Weber in Milton. New this morning, two proposed developments are also back in front of Sussex County Council today. On your screen, we are showing you plans for both Cool Spring Crossing and Atlantic Fields.
Cool Spring Crossing is a proposed mixed-use development with more than 1,900 homes, including workforce housing, a YMCA, and a hotel located off Route 9 and Cool Spring Road in the Harbison area.
Atlantic Fields is the shopping center. That's off of Route 24, and it could bring a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods to the Lewis area.
County leaders will just be closing the record for these two projects. We'd like to be clear, there's no vote on the agenda for either proposal today. A public forum set for Monday, January 12th about a proposed wind farm off the Ocean City coast. Very important. This forum is being organized by opponents to the U.S. wind farm, and that forum begins at 5:30 at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center.
And key for this is that it was just a month ago that the Trump administration paused 5 wind farm projects off of the East Coast, citing national security concerns.
Not included on that list, the U.S. wind project off of our coast. The Interior Department says wind turbines create radar clutter, which can obscure legitimate moving targets and generate false targets. And
the Trump administration has not really made clear why U.S. Wind's project was not part of that announcement.
The Trump White House is working to revoke Biden administration approvals for the plan.
New this morning, parking restrictions going into effect today in Milton. The police say parking is not allowed on Federal Street and Union Street today and tomorrow. The restrictions are going in place. It was supposed to start at 6 this morning until 6 in the evening, both days. This is to allow for a paving project. The department warns that cars left in restricted areas will get towed at the owner's expense. And police say the temporary parking limits are part of ongoing efforts to improve local infrastructure.
And an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. Millsboro officials gathered to discuss a possible pause on residential building applications for the next 6 months. And according to officials, this moratorium would only apply to housing developments. Impeding statewide regulations and rules behind affordable housing are what prompted Council member Marty Presley to propose a 6-month moratorium. However, it seems proposal may not be happening right now.
The council didn't feel it was in the best interest to go forward with it at this point in time. So it looks like it was voted down, and we'll have to see what takes place in the future.
People in Millsboro say the town could use a pause, and if not, the construction should be going towards more affordable housing, which is what inspired that moratorium in the first place.
Today marks 5 years since the January 6th riot in Washington, D.C. It was on this date in 2021, pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol demanding the results of the 2020 election be overturned.
They attacked officers and destroyed parts of the building. The Capitol was put on lockdown, and it took several hours for it to be secured. Lawmakers evacuated the House and Senate chambers.
And Vice President Mike Pence was also moved to a safe location, and more than 1,000 people were charged by the Justice Department in connection with the riot. However, they were later pardoned by Trump when he took office again in 2025.
Among those pardoned last year, Kevin and Hunter Seaford, the father and son duo from Laurel. The father, Kevin, was captured in an iconic image from that day, carrying a Confederate flag in the Capitol. Both men were convicted of multiple charges, including unlawfully entering a restricted building, and they had already served their sentences before receiving their pardons.
And today, the Trump administration and many congressional Republicans continue defending this weekend's U.S. military raid that captured Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife.
But not every lawmaker on Capitol Hill is convinced the mission was legal. NBC's Alice Barr showing us how the debate continues one day after Maduro made his first appearance in New York in a federal courtroom.
Fresh tensions in Venezuela as overnight gunfire rang out in Caracas. Two White House officials tell NBC News the administration is closely tracking the situation and the U.S. was not involved. While in the U.S., Venezuela's deposed authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores pleading not guilty to federal drug and weapons charges. Maduro saying in a New York courtroom that he's still the constitutional president of Venezuela, calling himself a prisoner of war. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi defending the Trump administration's move to capture and remove Maduro, accusing him of bringing tons of drugs into the U.S.
This was well within the president's Article II powers. It was a law enforcement function to arrest indicted individuals in Venezuela.
President Trump has repeatedly said the U.S. is now in charge in Venezuela, even as interim president and Maduro loyalist Delcy Rodriguez was formally sworn in. While in an exclusive interview with NBC's Kristen Welker, President Trump asserted the U.S. is at war with people that sell drugs, not with Venezuela, as Democrats slam the administration for acting without congressional approval.
It was military action, not a law enforcement action.
Republican leadership defending the use of force after a classified briefing for the Gang of Eight top congressional leaders.
The administration is acting consistent with the law, and that's what we discussed in the room tonight.
President Trump telling NBC News the U.S. may reimburse oil companies that help rebuild Venezuelan infrastructure, aiming for expanded oil operations within 18 months. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Happening today, Ellendale prepares to welcome new officials. 3 candidates filed and only 3 open seats, so no election was needed this year. Town officials say Lindsay Adams, Aaron Moore, and Tony Ottomano will be sworn in at tonight's council meeting at 6 p.m.
Ocean City Police welcoming a new 4-legged officer to the department. PFC Devin Bartram and K9 McKenzie have graduated from initial K9 training, and the agency says McKenzie is a 16-month-old bloodhound and the first of her kind to serve with the Ocean City Police Department. The new K9 team officially began patrol duties on New Year's Eve.
And congrats to Mackenzie. Very exciting for her. We're just getting started here on this hour of Coast TV News today.
Coming up, country calling cools down. How new changes could impact spending in Ocean City.
Also, risk of red light violation. We'll tell you how much people in Salisbury could be paying and where new cameras are located.
Still ahead, decades of service, smiles, and support. How Cheer is continuing to help Sussex County seniors. And there we get a look at First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono working very hard in the Weather Center, tracking all these temperature changes, and we check in with Chris next.
Hope you're doing well this Tuesday morning. Delmarva, as we take a live look into the state capitol, we are coming in at 31 degrees there. That's actually the chilly spot. Further south in the peninsula, we are all above the freezing mark. 42 Bethany Beach, we're at 36 Georgetown, 34 in Cambridge. Now we are going to stay dry despite the cloudiness hanging on today. We are going to be milder, so we start above the freezing mark in the 30s by the afternoon. We are up to 53 degrees with clouds, and those clouds will be clearing out through the evening and overnight, setting the stage for a beautiful midweek as temperatures continue to rise. We'll talk about it. Full 7-day forecast just minutes away.
Thank you, Chris. Denmark's Division of Fish and Wildlife reminding Delaware hunters to apply for spring turkey hunting permits by today. Hunters must separate and submit applications for state wildlife areas and national wildlife refuge hunts, and for Delaware State Forest turkey hunts. The 2026 spring turkey season will run from April 11th through May 9th, with permits awarded through a lottery system.
The Maryland Department of Natural Resources says the winter firearm deer season starts Friday in most parts of the state, and that season runs January 9th and 10th, with Sunday hunting allowed in select counties on the 11th. Now, firearms are allowed for white-tailed and Sika deer by licensed hunters.
2026 is a big year for Cheer as they celebrate 55 years helping Sussex County seniors. As Coast TV's Ana Sofia Roman shows us, the milestone, it doesn't just mean something big for the people that work there, it means something big for the members as well.
Bingo is one of the many activities Cheer members continue to enjoy. Diana Croto is not only a member but also in charge of calling the bingo.
I just like calling it because it makes people happy, and I just like putting smiles on people's faces, and I joke around when I play.
Today, Cheer, which has 8 different centers in Sussex County, offers a wide variety of services. From the Adult Day program to transportation and a space to exercise. CEO Beckett Whitley has been with the organization since 1994 and has seen it grow firsthand.
Our team really makes our seniors happy, and that's our goal, to keep seniors happy, healthy, independent, so they can live a better life.
Ashlyn Elliott, the Milton Cheer Center director, says she has always had a passion for the elderly community.
I love being able to plan different activities for them, so that way they are exercising their brain and just bettering their health.
For some members, the center is a space to socialize.
It fills my day. It fills my day up, and I really enjoy coming here.
Bringing cheer to Sussex County seniors. For the Ties That Bind Us, I'm Ana Sofia Roman.
We're about to hit 6:19 on this Tuesday morning, and you are looking live at the bright lights along the canal in Lewis. And Chris, I have to say, your tie game is top notch today.
Thanks. Yours is looking really nice as well.
I thought
this morning.
One was a good one.
As we take a live look into Laurel, we have the overcast skies there, 36 degrees, and the overcast skies, along with that light southwest wind, has allowed for temperatures not to really tank like we saw yesterday morning. We're at 41 in Rehoboth, 37 Long Neck, 35 in Georgetown. Winds have been relatively light through the morning, but you can see the wind direction is out of the southwest. We're 13 degrees milder there in Georgetown than just 24 hours ago. Now, despite the cloudy skies that we're going to be seeing today, we are staying pretty quiet. Nearest precipitation, you're going to go all the way up to the Great Lakes to see some mixed precipitation there. Now, this area of low pressure across northern Illinois, that's going to continue northeast. We're going to see a warm front swing through tonight, and then a cold front. Not going to see any moisture with those fronts. 46 is your average high. We're at 53 today, 58 tomorrow, and we're going to stay well above average at least through the next 5, and then we're going to run back to more seasonable temperatures as we go into the second half of the weekend. 53 this afternoon in Georgetown. We'll see a high of 50 in through Cambridge, 53 Denton, 53 Princess Anne to 53 in Ocean City. So there's the clouds through the day today. We'll decrease the clouds into the evening and overnight. Could see some fog develop early tomorrow morning, especially the northern portion of the peninsula. Tomorrow, an absolutely spectacular day. Wall-to-wall sunshine. We get up into the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. So there's the southerly wind flow through the day today. As that cold front pushes through, dry front, we just see a shift in wind direction. Could see some gusts up to 30 miles an hour as we go into our Wednesday afternoon. But as I mentioned, wall-to-wall sunshine for our Wednesday. Really, the picks of the week are Wednesday and Thursday, despite that 65 on Friday. Not that bad, but we are going to be dealing with more clouds through the day on Friday as our rain chances ramp up. It looks like Friday night could see an isolated shower, but a better chance comes on Saturday. Few morning showers on Saturday, then we get a bit of a break in the action before the cold front comes through Saturday afternoon through Saturday night, and then we turn much windier as we go into the second half of the weekend. We'll be dry on Sunday, but turning much colder. 65 on Friday with that late shower chance, 67 on Saturday, and then we're down to 48 on Sunday. Winds gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour likely on Sunday, and then we're going to continue to see some cold, dry conditions for Monday with highs around 45. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Happening now in Salisbury, a handful of red light cameras will start doling out $75 fines. Here's what we're talking about. The cameras were installed on December 5th at what the city calls high-risk intersections off of routes 13 and 50. A warning period has ended, meaning drivers who run red lights will now pay the price for it.
I think it's a great idea, especially if it stops the people running the red lights and speeding.
Nobody wants to get a fine. So I think it will deter people. I think so, yeah.
A few of these cameras are located at the intersections of West College Avenue and Route 13, also Nanticoke Road and Route 50.
Up next on CoastTV News Today, Country Calling cools down. We'll tell you how the town is still prepared to welcome visitors amid changes to the music festival. We'll be right back. Country Calling cutting back in 2026, dropping 3 days to 2 and removing those Sunday shows. Country Calling will run Friday and Saturday this October, ending the festival a day earlier than last year. The change could impact the number of overnight stays and the spending that typically carries into the start of the week.
It's going to be a great lineup. I will tell you that it will be first class, and you know, our hotel community, you know, we're prepared to, you know, to continue the push for keeping people here longer or coming earlier.
Town officials say the decision was made by the promoter, C3 Presents.
Hope this Tuesday morning's treating you well. Delmarva, many of our beach towns have been in the 40s this morning. We're at 39 in Lewis, and it's been quite a mild start to the day. We're going to be up into the upper 40s to near the 50-degree mark through Ocean City and Fenwick Island, despite the mostly cloudy skies we're going to be seeing across the peninsula today. Southwest winds anywhere between about 5 to 15 miles an hour. 46 by your lunchtime through Rehoboth and Lewis. And then the clouds are going to be slow to decrease. It's not going to be through till the evening. We see them pretty much depart as we go into Cambridge and Crisfield. Highs generally around the 50-degree mark. William Humber, Milton, Delaware. You just won an umbrella from CoastTV. Congratulations there. And you can always call our Coast TV First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. We'll talk about even warmer temperatures in the days ahead coming up in our next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. After the break on Coast TV News Today, Capitol riot remembered. We look back at the historic day in Washington, D.C. and how two men from Sussex County are connected.
Also, form for proposed wind projects, how its organizers are aligned in the controversial plan.
And opinions on rezoning proposal. We'll tell you about the mixed opinions on a proposed project in Milton that's set for a public hearing later today. Coast TV News returns after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Housing hold hesitation.
The council didn't feel it was in the best interest to go forward with it.
After exploring options on controlling development, why Millsborough's town council is putting a pause on its plans.
Lengthy development debate, a plan to bring what is called heavy industrial businesses to Milton is the subject of a years-long debate, where those plans currently stand as they head back in front of Sussex County Council.
Car slamming crab house update. The status of the people injured after a crash at a Fenwick Island restaurant.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Temperatures not all that bad this morning. 30s and 40s. Clouds stick around for one more day as our January thaw is knocking on our door.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 6, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us today.
It is 6:29. Grace, it is a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday. Our producer calls it Second Monday, if anyone feels
I can see that some days, Tuesdays are a second Monday.
I know. Are you looking forward to anything this Tuesday? Let's get some good vibes. What are you looking forward to, Matt?
I got cleaning the house. I don't know if that's a looking forward event, but that is a on the to-do list event. I do need to buy some groceries.
Okay, cut his mic. Let's just turn to Chris.
Yeah, that's not
Chris has good news for us.
Exciting stuff on this end here.
Well, the good news on my end is we're going to continue this milder trend that we're seeing. Not much in the way of sunshine today, but the temperatures are on the rise, as you'll see. 31 right now in Dover. That's been the cool spot. We have been primarily above the freezing mark throughout much of the peninsula. 36 Laurel, 35 in Salisbury, even milder at the beaches where we're at 41 in Bethany. 13 degrees warmer in Salisbury, Georgetown, Cambridge than over the last 24 hours. Remember, we were in the low 20s, and that's thanks to some clouds and that light southwest wind we have. Tracking an area of low pressure well out to the west. It's going to swing to our northwest, swing in a cold front overnight. It's going to be a dry front, as you'll see. Now, there's the cloudy skies throughout the day today, through your midday, 46, 51 through the afternoon. We'll get those highs in the lower 50s, and then we'll fall to 49 through the evening. It's going to be another mild night as we stay well above the freezing mark, so not expecting any frozen precipitation or any free frost or frozen areas tomorrow morning. We will talk about some milder temperatures ahead and when that sunshine makes a return.
Thank you, Chris. And it's our top story this half hour, the future of a piece of open land in Sussex County up for debate today. Developer looking to change the land's current zoning from agricultural residential to heavy industrial.
Our Lisa Weber is live in Milton. She's in the First Alert Weather Jeep, and today the county council is holding a public hearing for this property. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now we are driving on Gravel Hill Road, and this is the area where that empty patch of land is currently located. We are going to show you that road right now, and this is an area of land that is up for debate today. There is a yellow sign on that property that says there is a public hearing at the Sussex County Council meeting. Right now, according to county documents, this land is zoned as an agricultural residential district, but Reed Farms LLC is looking to change this area to a heavy industrial district. The properties are located between Milton-Ellendale Highway and Gravel Hill Road. This is not the first time Reed Farms had brought this before County Council, as documents date back to December 2020. According to county documents, those in favor of the project say jobs are very important to the community, and they believe that if this application is approved, it would not only bring jobs to the Milton area, but also Sussex County. But we spoke with someone who lives in the development across the street from this property and is the president of the HOA, who says people in his development have safety and health concerns.
We're all on wells in Pemberton, as a number of the other communities are here as well. So we don't know what kind of runoff there'll be from the buildings. We have children in the neighborhood that the school bus drops them off at our entrance. And if you look at the Reed map, the way they propose to develop the property, they want to have a traffic light and they want to have an entrance into their property directly across the street from ours.
And that public hearing will take place this afternoon at 1:30. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. New this morning, 2 proposed developments back in front of Sussex County Council today. On your screen right now are the plans for Cool Spring Crossing and Atlantic Fields.
Now, Cool Spring Crossing, that is the proposed mixed-use development with more than 1,900 homes, including workforce housing, a YMCA, and a hotel. It's located off of Route 9 in Cool Spring in the Harbison area.
Atlantic Fields is the shopping center off Route 24 that could bring a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods, as well as a TJ Maxx and Ross.
County Council, they're just closing the record for these 2 projects. To be clear, there's no vote on the agenda for either proposal today.
Now, a public forum set for Monday, January 12th, about a proposed wind farm off the Ocean City coast. Very important to note that this forum is being organized by opponents to the U.S. wind project. The forum begins at 5:30 p.m. at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center.
Today marks 5 years since the January 6th riot in Washington, D.C. It was on this date in 2021 that pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol demanding the results of the 2020 election be overturned.
They attacked officers and destroyed parts of the building. The Capitol was put on lockdown and it took several hours for it to be secured. Lawmakers evacuated the House and Senate chambers.
Vice President Mike Pence was also moved to a safe location, and more than 1,000 people were charged by the Justice Department in connection with the riot. However, they were later pardoned by Trump once he took office again in 2025.
And among those pardoned last year, Kevin and Hunter Seafred, the father and son duo from Laurel. The father, Kevin, was captured in a striking image from that day, carrying a Confederate flag in the Capitol. Both men were convicted of multiple charges, including unlawfully entering a restricted building. They had already served their sentences before receiving their pardons.
Moving forward, the Trump administration and many congressional Republicans are defending this weekend's U.S. military raid that captured Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife. But not every lawmaker on Capitol Hill is convinced the mission was legal. Venezuela's leader, Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores, pled not guilty in a New York courtroom on Monday, and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi defended the Trump administration's move to capture and remove Maduro, while some Democrats slammed the administration for acting without congressional approval.
This was well within the president's Article 2 powers. It was a law enforcement function to arrest indicted individuals in Venezuela.
It was military action, not a law enforcement action.
President Trump telling NBC News that the U.S. may reimburse oil companies that helped rebuild Venezuelan infrastructure, aiming for expanded oil operations within 18 months.
New overnight, the New York State Department of Transportation reminding drivers to not crowd or pass snow plows. The agency posting this video of a driver who passed an active snow plow on a solid yellow line, nearly causing a head-on collision. You see that on your screen now. They said passing a plow means driving into an untreated pavement area, reducing visibility, and experiencing unpredictable conditions.
We have an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. The Millsboro Town Council not moving forward for now on putting a pause on residential building applications for the next 6 months. It would have only applied to housing developments. Upcoming statewide regulations and also rules behind affordable housing are what prompted Councilmember Marty Presley to initially propose the 6-month moratorium. However, according to the councilman, the council didn't agree it was the right time to implement this pause. New this morning, parking restrictions going into effect today in Milton. The town's police department says parking not allowed on Federal Street, not allowed on Union Street, and that's today or tomorrow. The restrictions are in place from 6 this morning and until 6 in the evening both days. This is to allow for a paving project, and the department warns that cars left in restricted areas will get towed at the owner's expense, and police say the temporary parking limits are part of ongoing efforts to improve local infrastructure.
An update to a story that we brought you over the weekend. Crab Cake Factory Bayside in Fenwick Island is thanking the community for its support after they say a crash injured an employee. The restaurant currently closed until further notice after an elderly driver crashed into it on Sunday afternoon. Here's the good news. The restaurant says the employee is healing and the driver and passenger of the car are okay.
Got a developing situation on Monday. Federal health officials announced an overhaul of the childhood vaccine schedule, now recommending fewer shots.
This comes as flu levels in the U.S. are reaching the highest level in 25 years. Reed Binion showing us how some fear recommending fewer immunizations will lead to more infections.
Today, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy announced plans to alter the U.S. childhood vaccination schedule.
Health experts expressing concern over the Department of Health and Human Services' decision to recommend fewer vaccines for most American children.
If changes to our schedule are needed, and over the years we've made lots of changes when evidence supported it, they should come from careful scientific review.
A number of recommendations remain intact, including those for the measles, mumps, and rubella, and immunizations against polio, chickenpox, HPV, and others. But officials are narrowing recommendations for some vaccinations, including hepatitis A and B, to children who are broadly at higher risk for infections. As for flu, COVID-19, and rotavirus, officials recommend vaccination decisions be based on consultation with a healthcare provider. Some experts worry reduced vaccinations could lead to more preventable infections in children.
Parents deserve clear, consistent, evidence-based guidance they can trust.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, possible mystery meat lawsuit. We'll tell you about the potential lawsuit impacting McDonald's over a popular sandwich.
Take a look at that one. Also, high school hoops returns, including a key matchup in girls basketball. That's right after the McRib story. That's going to be a big one, but we'll have to take a look at this basketball game that has state tournament implications.
And a beach cleanup begins. We'll tell you when Beach Heroes OC will continue work in the town. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. It's been a dry, chilly start across the region this morning. Most of the area has been above the freezing mark, so that is good news. 36 in Laurel, we're at 35 Cambridge, 40 Bethany Beach, 37 Snow Hill, and we're at 35 in Salisbury. Now, we are going to continue to see the cloudy skies today, but we are going to stay on the dry side, so that is good news. We're going to continue to see dry conditions through the afternoon. Those cloudy skies will get those temperatures up right into the lower 50s this afternoon. The sunshine returns for our Wednesday, and the temperatures continue to climb. I'll have details on how warm things will get in the days ahead. Full 7-day forecast just minutes away.
Thank you, Chris. Beach cleanup days are back in Ocean City for the new year, giving volunteers a chance to help get trash off the shoreline. Organizers say the events are scheduled every Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m. starting today, January 6th. Locations will change each week, and today it's at the 4th Street Municipal Lot.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, everyone. High school hoops has returned to our area today after some teams had a little time off. Let's go up to Middletown for some girls basketball. The Cavs hosting Newark Charter. And this is one way to start a basketball game. Brooklyn Miller lacing a three-pointer to get the scoring started for the Pats. But then here comes Middletown. Asiana Calloway splits the defenders, puts up the floater. It's good off the glass. That's how you answer. But then later, Bria Harding is going to find Kumba Casso below the basket. That's another two for the Cavs, and one this time as well. But Casso's not done there, because this time she gets another feed, and she's going to make a little short jumper. The Cavs led 18-10 at the end of the first half. We go to the second half. Here's Harding, gets the steal and gets the lay-in coast to coast. Bria Harding doing a little bit of everything for the Cavs. But then here's Madison Bishop and Newark Charter trying to swing momentum. The bank's open, even on a Monday night. That's a nice three there. And then Mia Lang, doing her best Uncle Drew impersonation, goes through the defense, gets the layup. The Patriots make it 34-31 with 3 minutes left. But Bria Harding, she's not letting the Pats get any momentum back. That's a tough layup inside. And then Harding is going to find Valencia Richburg all alone underneath. That's an easy deuce. Middletown would go on to win 39-31. Good way to start off the new year. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 5:30, Seaford visits Middletown in boys basketball, and then you can catch the final score at 10:30. And on DSN Plus, you get that Seaford game along with these boys basketball exclusives. At 4:30, Mardella faces Pocomoke. 5:30, we have Decatur hosting Y-High. Also at that time, Cesar Rodney battling Archmere Academy. And at 6:30, Sussex Central hosts Laurel.
And if you're having a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
I hope you're having a wonderful day so far here along coastal Delmarva. And if you join us today at 4 for Coast Life, here is what's coming your way. If you didn't quite meet those real estate goals in 2026, it's okay. Take a breath. We've got the guys that can walk you through it to make sure that 2026 is your year. Also, if you're looking for a healthful and maybe healthier 2026, our friends at the Spice and Tea Exchange might have just the right recipe for you as well. And if you've ever been curious about the history of shipwrecks, the history of life-saving sea rescues, well, we've got some of that and some of the tools that were used in demonstrations to show you how it all worked with our friends at the Indian River Life Saving Station. All of that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Our warming trend continues despite a mostly cloudy day. We welcome back sunshine for our Wednesday as the warming trend continues. I'll have details on how warm it's going to get over the next few days and when our next chance of rain rolls in.
And the time is now 6:48 a.m. as we're taking a live look out into Laurel. Chris, not much for a sunrise reveal of the day, but we got some warmer temperatures in store, so that makes up for it.
The Wizard of Oz there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of the movie. Well, no, I'll tell you what, we're going to continue to see the cloudy skies through the day today, but it's going to continue to get warmer, so that is certainly good news. 39 right now in Laurel, and we've been all above the freezing mark for most of Delmarva through the morning. We're at 35 Millsboro, 36 Ocean Pines, and we're at 35 in Salisbury. So we've had cloudy skies overnight, relatively calm winds, but more of a southwest wind flow across the area, and that's allowed temperatures to stay quite mild. We're 13 degrees warmer, Cambridge, Georgetown, as well as in Salisbury. Now we're going to continue to see dry conditions through the day today. We have an area of low pressure back off to the west. It's going to swing a warm front and then eventually a cold front through the area tonight, but it's going to be a dry front. Just going to see a shift in wind direction as we go into the day on Wednesday. But the trend continues. 58 into Wednesday. Average high is 46. By the weekend, we are going to be pushing into the mid to upper 60s, and that's ahead of a stronger cold front that's going to be pushing through Saturday night. 51 this afternoon in Lewis to 53 Harrington, 50 Cambridge to 50 Easton. We'll see a high of 53 in Salisbury, 55 in Snow Hill. So there's the cloudy skies through the day today. The clouds will decrease through the evening and overnight. Could see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, but a mild night. We're going to fall into the lower and mid 40s. Average high for this time of year is 46. By tomorrow, we're basking in sunshine, temperatures in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. So we have southerly winds today. The wind will shift out of the west-northwest tomorrow as that dry front pushes through. Could see some gusts as high as 30 miles an hour through the day on Wednesday, but we keep it dry for the week. As we go into Friday night, that will be our next chance of a few showers, and then a better chance of rain comes in on Saturday. So there's the setup as we go into Friday. We'll have a cold front approaching back off to the west. We're going to be in the warmer sector as this warm front pushes through the area. As that warm front does so, we could see an isolated shower Friday night. Most of Friday, I think, is dry. It's Saturday. We could begin with a few showers, and then another round of rain rolls in Saturday afternoon through the evening ahead of that strong front behind it. We turn colder. It'll be dry into Sunday, but much windier. We're going to talk about gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour. 54 into Thursday. Clear skies. We're doing pretty good through Thursday, and then we cloud back up in through Friday, turning much milder. We're going to be in the mid to upper 60s with that late shower chance, and then there's that rain chance into Saturday as that cold front pushes through. We drop to 48 on Sunday with some wind gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. Now, Matt Pensix paying close attention to this story. McDonald's defending its McRib sandwich in the wake of a proposed class action lawsuit. The group says McDonald's falsely advertised a limited time sandwich, saying it doesn't actually contain any rib meat. McDonald's, in a statement to USA Today, said quote, it distorts the facts and many of the claims are inaccurate, end quote. The fast food giant says the McRib is made of 100% boneless pork.
I'll be following that story very closely, Grace. Starbucks is adding more Dubai chocolate to its new winter menu starting today. Customers can order an iced Dubai chocolate mocha. The popular coffee chain is also bringing back its pistachio latte and new pistachio cortado. The announcement comes after the chain debuted its Dubai chocolate-inspired matcha latte last year on its secret menu.
Matt and I will be indulging in that at some point. Now the time, 6:52 a.m. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Yeah, speaking of coffee here, Grace, I think this pup for our pet of the day could use a good espresso or something like that.
A little. They have pup cups at Starbucks.
They do.
Maybe.
You're right.
We'll get one for Shelby.
All right. Yeah, that's Shelby, everybody. Apparently, too much caroling and gift wrapping over the holidays. Shelby was submitted to us by Allison in Oak Orchard.
I think Shelby is everyone's mood coming back from the holidays and hidden in this Tuesday. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes them so special. If you take a look at your screen now.
That's where that QR code is. Top center. Scan it. Get your friends to Coast TV News. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
The time is 6:55 a.m. and it's time for things you need to know before you go. Two proposed developments back in front of Sussex County Council today on your screen right now. Plans for Cool Spring Crossing and Atlantic Fields. Cool Spring Crossing is a mixed proposed development with more than 1,900 homes, including workforce housing, a YMCA, and a hotel located off Route 9. Cool Spring in the Harbison area. Atlantic Fields is that shopping center off Route 24 that could bring a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods, as well as a TJ Maxx and Ross. County leaders will just be closing the record for these two projects today. We'd like to be clear there's no vote on the agenda for either proposal today.
All right, we're bringing back First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono for one final check-in for Chris for early January. Mild-like day.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you're not a fan of the cold, take it while you can get it. Over the next few days, we're going to be seeing those temperatures rise to around 53 degrees. Now, it's going to be a rather cloudy day. Now, we shed the clouds late tonight into tomorrow, so we welcome back sunny skies for our Wednesday. It'll be a bit breezier, 58, but we do keep the sunshine in play through Thursday, 54, and then we really begin the rise here through Friday and Saturday, 65 with a late shower possible. Better chance of rain comes on Saturday, 67, and that's ahead of a pretty strong cold front that's going to drop us back really to reality. More seasonable temperatures, 48 into Sunday. Sunday is going to be a very windy day. I think we'll see gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour, and will hold in the mid to upper 40s through early next week. Grace.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be right back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and our Coast TV Weather app. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.